Okay, so I told you we were going to combine what we did yesterday with linear inequalities with what we were doing with systems of equations. There's only one way to solve it. You've got a graph. So we are going to take each of these inequalities and graph them together on the same grid. So let's do this one here in red first. Y is less than negative 1/3 x plus 5. How am I going to graph that?
You go to 5 on the y-axis.
Positive 5 on the y-axis.
What does positive 5 on the y-axis represent?
Your y-intercept.
Your y.
It's my y-intercept. So I'm going to go to positive 5.
Now you're going to go down 1 and over 3.
I'm going to use my slope, and I'm going to go down 1 space, and I'm going to go over 3 spaces.
Connect the dots, please.
I do need to
It's gonna be a
connect the
dotted
dots.
line.
However, this was the inequality part that we did yesterday. So I have a less than symbol. Is it a dotted line or a solid line?
Dotted.
Dotted.
Dotted line. So I'm going to connect them with a dotted line.
Whoa.
I'm lifting the pin.
Okay.
Okay.
Big
Calm
deal
down.
if you're
Guys, settle down.
Sorry.
I also need to do my shading. It says y is less than negative 1/3 x plus 5. So am I going to shade above or below the line? Below the line. So I'm going to shade down here.
How are you doing that, Ms. Rivers?
It's magic.
Oh,
Okay.
you're touching the board. Okay.
Guys, stop. Calm down. We're going to do the blue equation or the blue inequality now. I've got y is greater than or equal to 1/2 x minus 4. Where do I start?
Negative 4 on the y-axis.
Negative 4. And I'm going to go into what?
Up 2, over to the right 1. No, up 1, over
Up
to the right
1 and over to the right 2. What kind of line do I need?
2. A solid. A solid.
Okay. Solid line. So I need a solid line. I'm going to connect my 2 dots. I need to make sure I draw my line completely. Now,
Above.
where do I shade?
Above.
Above. Okay. Now, I want you to notice, that's not the color.
No, it's not a good color for me.
Alright, what do you notice is happening?
It makes it purple. They intersect.
Good.
They're going to intersect. So if you look, these lines keep going. And so these 2 lines here would intersect. And so what I've actually got happening is I've got some space overlapping. So everywhere where these 2 overlap, that represents our solution. So if you look over here, or down here, I've got some shading because that was all the shading for my red line. And I'm going to have more shading up here above the red line because that's from my blue. So what it actually ends up looking like is I've got shading all the way up here because that's for the blue line. And then I've got shading all the way down here from the red line. But if you'll look in the middle there, I've got this overlap area where they combine. That represents your solution. That is showing you all the possible points that if we took the ordered pairs from any of this space in the middle and plugged it into either one of these inequalities, it would make true statements. So that's what our goal is going to be today, is we're trying to find where the shading is overlapping. That's going to give us our solution.